Hi students, I am very happy to meet you all in this video session. Today we are going to see about 10th standard social science civics part lesson number 1 Indian Constitution. Now we are going to see about the 2-mark questions for this lesson. First 2-mark question is, what is a constitution? First of all, why we need the constitution? Each and every democratic nations should have constitution. Without constitution, there is no functioning of proper government. Okay, that's why each and every democratic nations have constitution, as well as our India also have constitution. Our Indian constitution came forth on January 26, 1950. Okay, the constitution is the fundamental law of a country, which reflects fundamental principles and which the government of that country is based. The constitution is the fundamental law of every nations, not only our country, it's for all countries. Constitution is the fundamental law. So these fundamental laws reflects fundamental principles, what we want to do for the welfare of people, as well as etc. Okay, the fundamental principles and which the government of that country is based. Next, the concept of constitution was first originated in USA. Among the world's nation, the first constitution concept was originated in USA. Next, it is a vehicle of a nation's progress. If you want to progress or development of a nation, we require a constitution. So that's why it's considered as vehicle of a nation's progress. Next, it's also tells us the fundamental nature of our society. It also tells us fundamental nature of our society. Okay, this is constitution. The constitution is the fundamental law of a country, which reflects the fundamental principles and which the government of that country is based. The concept of constitution was first originated in USA. It's the vehicle of a nation's progress. It also tells us the fundamental nature of our society. Next question. What is meant by citizenship? The word citizenship, the word citizens is derived from Latin term civis. It means resident of a city-state. So the word citizen is derived from Latin term civis. It means the meaning of a civis, resident of a city-state. Meaning of civis is resident of a city-state. The Constitution of India provides for single and uniform citizenship for whole India. Some country have a dual citizenship, different and dual citizenship, like America have a dual citizenship, but our country have single and uniform citizenship for whole country, whole India. Okay. Next, the article 5 to 11 under part 2 of the constitution deals with the citizenship. So in our constitution consists of 22 part, 395 articles. So among the 22 part, in the part of 2, the article 5 to 11 deals with the citizenship. Okay. So this is citizenship. The word citizens derived from Latin term civis means resident of city-state. The Constitution of India provides for single citizenship and uniform citizenship. Article deals 5 to 11 deals about the citizenship in the part of 2 of our constitution. Third question, list out the fundamental rights guaranteed by Indian Constitution. our Indian Constitution given fundamental rights in the part of third, of our Constitution from Article 12 to 35. There are 6 fundamental rights. Already it consists of 7 fundamental rights. The first one, right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to religion, cultural and educational rights, right to constitutional remedies, and right to property. So already consists these 7 fundamental rights. Now we have only 6. The right to property, it consisted in Article 31, but it was deleted now from our fundamental rights by 44th Amendment Act in 1978. So now we have 6. Right to equality. Equality means all are equal before laws. Right to freedom means freedom of speech, assembly, association, etc. Right against exploitation means prohibition of traffic in human being and forced labor. Right to religion means freedom of our conscience and free profession, practice and propagation of religion. Cultural and educational rights means protection of language, script and cultural of minorities, and also education. Right to constitutional remedy means Article 32, it allows individuals to seek redressal for violation of their fundamental rights. These are the fundamental rights guaranteed by our Indian Constitution. Part 3, Articles 12 to 35, there are 6 rights. 1, right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to religion, cultural and educational rights, right to constitutional remedies. Next question, what is a writ? What is a writ? A writ is an order. Writ means order or command issued by court. A writ is order or commanded only by the court in writing under its seal. This is called writ. A writ is an order or command issued by a court in writing under its seal. It's not the nature of a command, prohibition from performing certain acts that are specified in the orders of the court. Certain act should be prohibited in the order or command of the court. Both the Supreme Court and High Court are empowered to issue 5 kinds of writs. High Court and Supreme Court empowered 5 kinds of writs. They are habeas corpus, mandamus, prohibition, certiorari, quo warranto. These are the 5 kinds of writs. Okay, a writ means a writ is an order or command issued by a court in writing under its seal. Okay. Next, what are the classical languages in India? Classical language. The classical language, if you want to declare as a classical language, it should be an ancient language. It should be ancient language. It's independently, it should be consist of independently literary traditions and a large and ancient body of written literature. Okay, and the basis of this concept, it should consist, it should have 1000-year historical event, the independently literature and body, and the basis of this, our Indian government chosen the 6th language as the classical language. First, In 2004, the government of India decided to create new category of language called as classical language. In 2004, classical language declared by our Indian government. So there are 6 languages, namely Tamil language. Tamil is a very ancient language in India, among the as well as among the world. Tamil it declared as a classical language in 2004. Sanskrit declared in 2005. Telugu language declared as a classical language in 2008. Kannada also declared in 2008. Malayalam 2013. Odia 2014. These are 6 classical languages of India. So classical languages are 6 in India: 1 Tamil, Sanskrit, Telugu, Kannada, Malayalam and Odia. Next question, what is national emergency? The president under Article 352 can declare emergency if he is satisfied that India's security is threatened due to war, external aggression or armed rebellion, or if there is an imminent danger or threat. In our country have 3 emergency: national emergency, state emergency, financial emergency. So he is asking national emergency. Article 352 deals with the national emergency. It's only imposed by the President of India. When he will impose this national emergency means only India's security is threatened due to war, during the war or external aggression or armed rebellion, or if there is an imminent danger or threat of our country. At that time only he can implement a national emergency. When a national emergency is declared on the ground of war or external aggression, it's known as external emergency. And the time of war or external aggression, at the time if you are in an imposed national emergency, it's known as external emergency. On the other hand, when it's declared on the ground of armed rebellion, it's known as internal emergency. During the war or external aggression, at the time declared external emergency. At the time of armed rebellion, it introduced internal emergency. So this type of emergency has been declared 3 times so far in India. 1, 1962 India China war, and 1971 India Pakistan war, 1975. During this period, national emergency has been declared in our country. Okay, so national emergency deals Article 352. President imposed this during war, external aggression, armed rebellion, if there is any danger or threat of our country. If it is declared during the war or external aggression, it's known as external aggression. If it is declared during the time of armed rebellion, it's known as internal emergency. It declared during 3 times in India: 1962, 1971, 1975. So next question, list out the 3 heads of relation between the center and the states. The Constitution of India, being federal structure, divides all powers between the center and the state. Our constitution given 3 powers, like legislative relations, administrative relations, financial relations between central and the states government. In our constitution consists of union list 100, union list, state list 61, concurrent list 52. In the union list, the central government take any changes or amendment in the constitution. State list, only state government have that power. Concurrent list 52, the both union and state government have the power of changing their articles. Okay,